I've helped countless professionals land their first 10 clients using this 4-step LinkedIn formula, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm Morgan J. Ingram, a 4-time LinkedIn top sales voice and a founder of AMP, a B2B influencer marketing agency. And this strategy has been the key to scale my business from 0 to 7 figures. So today I'm going to show you how you can do this process and you can start landing the clients right away. Also, stick around for a free bonus. Did you hear that correctly? A free bonus on a LinkedIn outreach template that you can use so you can start sending out these messages. Now, before we go into the content, can you just drop in the comments, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to getting LinkedIn clients? Now, let's dive into how you start getting clients on LinkedIn. Step number 1 is I would highly encourage you to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, some of you may be dropping off right here, so just stay with me. You don't need Sales Navigator to use this step. I'm just encouraging you to use it because it makes your life a lot easier. But we will dive into how exactly you can do it without Sales Navigator. So again, stick with me. What we're going to do is when you go inside of LinkedIn, on the top left or the top, there's a search bar. So what you're going to do is you're going to search for the titles that you are looking to target that are potential clients. Before we send out any messages, we have to figure out who we're actually going to target first. So you can actually type in titles there. Here's another pro tip that most people don't know about. Think about all the thought leaders or subject matter experts or mini celebrities in your industry. They probably have a lot of people that follow them that are your potential buyers. So inside of the LinkedIn search filters on the regular platform, you can see who follows certain creators. So you could go in there, click creators of, click titles, and then now you know, okay, well, this person follows X person. They talk a lot about X. So if I reach out to them, they're clearly going to be interested in what I have to say. So I want you to think about that. That's a way you can engage and interact with different people. So that's a search there. That's a bonus tip there. On top of that, as you're doing your searches, you can also do it by geography. You can also do it by industry. So again, you don't need Sales Nav to do this, but I would highly encourage you to do the things I'm talking about to get these done, because the biggest obstacle you're going to face is reaching out to people with all the stuff I'm going to tell you how to do, and then you're going to do it and it's going to fall flat on deaf ears because you weren't talking to the right people. And I've been there, myself included. That's why we want to take these steps. So make sure that you do those things I'm talking about. Search for the titles, go to look the creators of, go to say, okay, what geography are they in? What locations are they in? This is how you're going to start seeing success in your outbound for LinkedIn before we even send the messages. We got to make sure we're talking to the right people. So that is the step-by-step on how to identify the right pieces. Now, let's say that you have Sales Navigator. Now, the biggest obstacle people have Sales Navigator is it can be very confusing. Trust me, you log in, you're like, what the heck is going on here? Like, is there a tornado that came through here? I have an answer and a solution for you. So when you're inside of Sales Navigator, really important for everybody, what you want to do is you want to go to a filter called Posted on LinkedIn. This shows you everyone who's posted in the past 6 months. Now, the reason that this is important is because this means that these people are engaged. And if you reach out to them, the likelihood of them responding is higher. Now, you could obviously reach out to someone who's outside of this and get a response, but let's stick to the people who are actually the most active on the platform. So all I do here is I just click Posted on LinkedIn, and then I filter inside of Sales Nav based on job titles. So again, I'm selling influencer marketing, so I'm going to look for marketers, head of content, head of demand gen. And then what I'm also looking for as well is the seniority level. So I'll put director, VP, and C-suite, right? Those are the things I typically look for. Now, as you do this and you look for these things, you should find more success by reaching out to those people because they're going to want to talk to you. So that's another thing I do as well. I'm looking at the most active and engaged people because, again, if they're posting, that means that they're there. That means if I reach out and send the next step, which is the connection request, it actually allows me to get more out of it at the end of the day. So that's the key. So again, before we take any steps, we need to identify exactly who we're going after. That's exactly what we did there. And then now we're going to send our connection request. So the thing about connection requests is you want to send a blank connection request. Again, if you want to see my whole entire framework and belief on this, you can go watch the video here, wherever it's at, and go click on it. But essentially, I've run multiple A/B tests, 50 blank connection requests, 50 personalized across thousands of different reps, thousands of different regions that I've trained. And it remains to be true that if you send a blank connection request, you will have more people accept it. Look, don't shoot the messenger, all right? I'm just trying to help y'all out. So that's what you want to do there, right? So now that you got people to accept, great, that's what we want. The next step here is you want to connect with people inside of the organization to create a web effect, okay? Not to be confused with Spider-Man. Look, I really wish I could be Spider-Man. That would be fantastic. I have some Spidey sense. I could do some flips, like fly around the city. Cool. But at the end of the day, I don't have that. So the closest thing I have for you is the web effect. So the web effect basically is we are going to create a web in the organization so that when you reach out to an executive, they are more likely to accept your connection request. Because why? Because you've connected with other people. So this is a great way to break into accounts and get clients very quickly. The way you're going to do this is you're going to reach out to people who are essentially below the power line. Now, for context, below the power line means people who don't have the decision making to actually buy the thing that you're selling, service or product. People above the power line are people that can buy it. So those would be like the VPs of marketing, the VP of sales, the VP of HR, the VP of IT, blah, blah, blah. The CIO, the CISO, the CMO, CRO, et cetera, right? Those people have budgets and they can spend it. So directors too. Now, if they're below a director, like a manager or a specialist, those people don't have the budget, but they are great influencers in the account. So what do I want to do? I want to find the people who are influencers, get the information, like I'm Sherlock Holmes out here. I don't know why I did that, but y'all remember Sly Cooper? When y'all were like sneaking around? I'm a video game person. By the way, if you are a Sly Cooper fan, comment below Sly Cooper. You're my people if you know what that is. So anyways, let's get back to the point though. Let's get serious. So we're investigating here. We're trying to find the right clues. When you're looking at people below the power line, your whole premise here is that you are looking to connect with people to find the clues because you're going to reach out to them. So the way I do this is I reach out to people, let's say they are a marketing specialist or social media manager, and I'll say, hey, the reason I'm reaching out is because I noticed that you were looking to build a campaign that y'all been posting about, and it looks like you be the person in charge. And I know that one thing in a role like yourself, you're always looking to look good. So I'm just curious, like, what are y'all doing in influencer marketing right now? Is there any way that I can help you? And the reason I'm asking is I want to get some information to potentially reach up to your executive. And I want to make sure it's not a waste of time. So the thing is, I'm helping them out because if they bring a good idea and it works, they obviously will have faster acceleration to promotion on their career track. And then also as well, I want to reach out to an executive with context from things I've heard from their team. Now, obviously, the pushback I'll probably get on this video is most people will say, well, Morgan, what if they get mad? What if they get upset? That's why I typically send it as a video or a voice note to people. And I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. But I do it as a personal thing. So they hear my voice and they're like, okay, this person isn't just randomly saying things. So that allows me to get higher conversions and more people to actually want to talk to me, right? Which is the key here at the end of the day. So that's a way that you can use connection requests. Again, we call this groundswell prospecting. We're reaching to people below the power line to get information. That information we then use to reach out to the people above the power line that are directors, VPs, and C-suites so we can convert more opportunities across the board. These connection requests also work really well with executives too if they're blank. So make sure to do that. That's how we're going to build our network. Because the more mutual connections you have in the industry and the space, the more people feel psychologically that they need to connect with you. If I reach out to you and we have 1,000 mutual connections, you're going to feel like, wow, I'm missing out. How did we have 1,000 mutual connections? We never talked. That's what we want to do there. So that's the reason why I do that. Now, step number 3 is now we are going to expand the network. And so how we do that is we start commenting on people's content, or one of my favorite techniques, which is reply to the reply. That means replying to comments that they have on other posts to show that we're active on the platform. So let's walk through exactly how to do that. So again, I'm selling influencer marketing services. Let's say I'm going after Adobe, which I actually am right now. So this is a prime example of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring it to Adobe, y'all. I'm trying to do some influencer marketing with Adobe. Help your boy out if you got some connections. But anyways, so we typically go after enterprise accounts. I'm going in and commenting on Adobe leaders and their content. Now, don't be creepy. If they posted 3 years ago, please don't comment on their stuff. That should be self-explanatory. I shouldn't have to tell you all that. Come on, don't do that. But what I do is if they commented in the past 3 to 6 months, I'll write something very engaging. Now, here's my comment strategy on how you write thoughtful comments. It's literally just 2 sentences, and you can add more if you want. One is it's something insightful that you saw in the post that you're kind of reiterating. And then the second thing I say is a question. It's like, how exactly are you looking to expand beyond these prompts? See how simple that was? I provide an insight based on what I learned or I saw, and then I add a question on top of it to make sure I lead them into wherever I want to lead them to. So I'm doing comments on that. Now I block off probably about 30 to 45 minutes to do comments. I could get between from 5 to 15, 20 accounts, depending on how much information and commenting I'm doing and how fast I'm feeling that morning or afternoon. So it's all predicated on how fast you move, but that's how you want to start expanding your network. You're going to comment on people. I also encourage you all to create posts. I'm not telling you need a studio, lights, all the stuff I have with me. I'm not telling you to do that. All you have to do is create a post once a week and you will be in the 1 to 3% of LinkedIn. So how LinkedIn works is that there's only 1 to 3% of people posting on a consistent basis. And they consider consistent basis once a month. So very simple for you to be in the 1 to 3% if you just are consistent. So the way I look at it is saying, okay, well, if I'm just consistent, I do my thing. I'm like, all I do is 1 post a week. If I take even vacation, you got 48 posts for the year. If you take 4 weeks of vacation. So how you do it is I want y'all to think about being a curator instead of a creator. And so a curator is somebody that is going to take the posts that or take information, a vlog, whatever it is, an interview, and you're going to add your 2 cents. Best way to do it is listen to an interview that's in your space, add 3 highlights to that interview as a curator, and then you move from there. It's as simple as that. And so that's how you expand the network. So then now more people, this is how LinkedIn works. The more you comment on relevant buyer personas, the more you're going to show up in other buyer personas' feed. That's why I love commenting. The more you like their stuff, the more you're going to show up in their feed. I only want to appear in my buyer's feed. Let me say that one more time. I only want to appear in my buyer's feed. That's it. I don't nearly care about anything else. And so that's how you expand the network, get in front of people, and start having engagement. Now, the last bit of this is engage. Also, as well, I've talked about this before, videos and voice notes in multiple of my videos, and this is going to be a reoccurring theme. Like a lot of things you're going to see, they all piece together. Videos and voice notes are the way to go. Follow the 10 to 30, 10 formula and do yourself a favor and follow this, right? 10 seconds, you're going to say what the reason for your video and voice note is. 30 seconds is going to be your value prop. And the last 10 seconds is going to be your call to action. Call to actions are like, would you be open to learning more? And are you curious to have a deeper dialogue on this topic? Your videos need to be less than 50 seconds. Your voice notes need to be less than 50 seconds. And when I told you to do the expansion, connecting people, you should be connected with a good amount of people. So now you can start doing a lot of connection points in the account to figure out where to go from there, right? That's the premise point that we're looking at. And this is exactly how you're going to stand out and be successful. When you're doing that as well, and all these messages you're reaching out on and how I get clients, because you're doing all this content, because you're doing all these different things, I also encourage you, as you create content, you can engage with people that are coming into your content. So all connection requests, I want you to send them this message. You want to say, hi, Sally. Thanks for connecting with me. What prompted the request? I ask every single person what prompted the request. I just did this today and I booked 2 meetings just by saying that. Sometimes people send connection requests and they're moving so fast in the world, they might have forgot. That's why I always say what prompted the request. Some people might say, I saw this content. It makes me know that I need to create more of that content. Or some people are like, oh yeah, I want to talk to you about X and your services. Great. Let's talk about my services and how I can help you, right? So that's another way of going about it and getting in front of it. Another thing that you need to do is every single person that views your profile. By the way, LinkedIn's the only place that you can see if people viewed your profile, by the way. Did y'all know that? It's the only social platform. Imagine if that was on Instagram. A lot of people would be in trouble. A lot of people would be in trouble, my friends. But fortunately, that's not the case. But it is on LinkedIn. So you can get some meetings here. So all I do on LinkedIn is 2 things. The second option I'm going to give you, some of you may not do it, and it's fine, but it's the way to go about it. So it's just fun, and it works. First or second degree connected, third degree, I don't care. We're going to send a message and say, hi, Sally. Saw you viewed my profile. How can I help? The second thing is, I'll say, hi, Sally. Saw you view my profile. Did I do something wrong? Now, you see me smiling because most people laugh at that one. Because they're going to be like, I didn't do anything wrong. Or like, you didn't do anything wrong. And then they laugh. We have a good moment. It leads into a meeting. So there's different touch points here with LinkedIn. It's not just proactive outbound with the voice notes and the videos and the text. It's also, how are people engaging with your posts? That's a conversation starter. People that are coming in inbound connection requests, that's a conversation starter. People that are coming on your profile, that's a conversation starter. This is how you book clients and meetings. It's not just sitting there and hoping that you create content and people come to you. And that's a part of it with inbounds. But you also have to be proactive because there's signals and intentions in the market and you need to capitalize on them. Last but not least is following up. So I said this before on most of the videos, is to say, hey, Sally, any feedback on my video or voice note? Make sure 3 days after that you're following up on all these messages that you're doing. Whether it's, how can I help you? Did I do something wrong? Thanks for liking my post. Follow up literally on everything, because fortune is in the follow-up. I think 78% of sales reps or salespeople don't do a follow-up. Probably same for business owners too. It's probably all inclusive. So just make sure that you're following up here and follow my advice on this. If you want to keep tabs on it, spreadsheets. If you have Sales Nav, literally put all your contacts in Sales Nav. It actually tracks your activity if you have Sales Nav. But if you don't have it, spreadsheets, write it down, phone, I don't know. I think I got this right here. Sticky notes, right? I mean, I don't know. Whatever you need to do, figure it out and follow up, because I guarantee you that follow-up could be the next big client that will snowball into the other clients that you're looking to have. So reminder here is, if you're looking to have a free outreach template, all right, this is a bonus. I'm giving y'all the goods here. Download it in the YouTube description. And so that was exactly what we're talking about here when it comes to booking 10 clients, getting 10 clients on LinkedIn. Follow this 4-step process. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and peace out. See you on the next one.